Welcoming you back to our continuing coverage of the Women's Series Showdown. We are through 5 frames now, and Shannon P is perfect. Nothing but strikes, but got a little break here in the 4th. She said, oh, uh-oh, and then oh, yeah.
Little dominoes there, but, you know, the other 4 were pretty good.
Pluhowsky perfect through 5, and she is up now in the 6th. And Shannon, why has it been so easy for you through 5?
Just trying to make good shots. Good ball choice so far, so we'll see how the rest of the game goes.
Shannon just got a promotion at the lane she works at. She works at Capri Lanes there in Dayton, Ohio. She's now the general manager there. She's been in that position for a week and a half. She's already asking for time off to be here. What kind of an example is that, Shannon P?
Yeah.
Crack open the 6-pack.
Yeah, and for those employees watching, just so you know, she said she was coming back to clean house.
The Capri Lanes hosting a senior stop soon, and they're going to be the home of the Junior Masters Mother's Day weekend. So a lot of activity there, Capri Lanes in Dayton, Ohio.
I was just kidding, Capri Lanes. She never said that.
That's right. Put a little fear in them.
That's
Nothing
right.
wrong with that, Randy. Here's Liz Johnson in the 6th. She has 7. Needs a strike to be at 8 and goes right of target.
That's the first time she's missed the pocket. She started with a strike, went solid 8, ring and 10 back-to-back. Then flush 2. She just gets this one wide of target, and this isn't the Cheetah Oil pattern. It's not going to hook from there.
1, 2, 8. Trying to make this a 2-point frame. And she does. So we have yet to see a 3-point frame here in match number 2. Again, we're using the Petraglia scoring system where you get points for every time you shoot in a frame. Ideally, you want 1 point per frame, which means you got to strike.
And you got to throw until you clear the deck. Right, Rob?
That is correct, my friend. Here's Carolyn Dorin-Ballard at 9 through 5.
Really?
And she's looking at a 3.
Threw that one good, too.
Boy, and she really hasn't gotten a break in this game, and this ball here thrown really nice and just snaps real sharp in the back part of the lane. And instead of leaving one or the other, she leaves both the 4 and the 9.
She had a tough early summer at the World Series of Bowling. We saw her, and she was a little fiery when it was all over, and really more frustrated at her own performance. And she said, you know, I drove straight through the night when it was over, 19 hours back to Texas. Her husband, Dorin-Ballard Jr., we sat down, started changing timing. That didn't work. Went back with some multiple coaches, changed pitches, changed span, changed timing. And as she said, I'm basically a work in progress. She's trying to get it worked out because there are some big events for the women coming up, the Queens and the U.S. Open. And there is hubby watching from the wings.
Hall of Famer Del Ballard. Looking at the scoreboard, he knows that Carolyn's trying to get inside the 16 number.
Skinny jeans for CDB.
Trying to get inside the 16 that was posted by Kelly Kulick.
She gets a 15 or lower. She will move on to the elimination match. If she gets a 16, she'll be tied with Kulick. They'll have a sudden death 1-ball roll-off. She goes higher, and she will. The best she can do is a 16.
Shannon Pluhowsky is dialed in.
Yeah.
And boy, we saw that at the World Series. I mean, she just bowled so well. Very, very talented young lady.
Speaking of the World Series, here's the Viper Championship. Liz Johnson took care of Linda Barnes, 211, 196.
Play your aim right. Roll. That a girl.
That strike gets her to 10. And the pressure here is on Carolyn Dorin-Ballard, who has to strike out just to force a roll-off with Kelly Kulick to move on. She's at 12 with 4 frames to go.
Please roll it.
Nope. And she is done. Kelly Kulick will move on.
And Carolyn wanted to give a shout out to her brother-in-law, Jeff Lizzie. Jeff Lizzie, a PBA champion, used to bowl out here full-time. Dear friend of mine. Jeff has been battling really quite a freak ailment, if you will, a parasite in his right eye that's infected his cornea, and Jeff's been going through some really hard times with that. And the doctors at the Cleveland Clinic are trying everything to save Jeff's eye and his eyesight. We all want to wish Jeff Lizzie the very best and get well soon, buddy.
It's been really tough for him, Carolyn was telling us, but they actually seem to get a sliver of good news in the last couple weeks, and a chance that the recovery may be better than they had initially planned. So we're hoping and cheering for him and his family. Here's Pluhowsky, and my Lord.
Are we going to see our first perfect Petraglia score?
Well, remember, Carolyn Dorin-Ballard last year in this event, 20 straight strikes.
20 bagger.
I haven't even come up with a name
you
for
haven't
that.
come up with for anything for a 20 bagger, have you?
I really
Double bow Derek? I don't know.
I really got to get going on that one. Yeah. Double supermodel. So here's Johnson at 10. So that puts her at 11. We already know Liz Johnson will move on to the elimination match. So it'll be Liz Johnson, Stephanie Nation, and Kelly Kulick in our elimination match. Shannon Pluhowsky, assuming she doesn't just implode in the 9th and the 10th.
Yeah, I don't.
Will win this one, and she'll be in the championship match already with Michelle Feldman. CDB just rolling it out.
There's Alyssa. She's rooting for Mom. Carolyn brought a lot of fans in here today. A nice shot there by Shannon. And Liz, you bowled pretty much of a flawless game except for the one shot where you missed the head pin. Solid 8 and a ring of 10. Other than that, everything else is perfect. What do you see out there?
Yeah, I got a little fast on that one shot and didn't come off my hand very good. So I threw a couple shots and moved out and had a little hook spot, and I took advantage of it. So just got to continue to make good shots.
Thanks, Liz.
The reigning USBC Queens champion. She showed us a little memento from the title today, didn't she?
Carry on.
Upper back, lower neck, a little crown tattoo with the date on it that she won. One of 3 tattoos on her body that we learned of. We were not privy enough to see all 3.
I was not privy to that info until earlier today.
Yeah, I would not have tagged Liz Johnson to be the tatted up one.
I think it's great though, man.
What was she telling us that her parents, they're always asking her, when are you getting rid of those?
Yeah. She's like, sorry, Mom, they don't come off.
She said if she won here today, she'd get a sleeve.
No, she didn't. Nice shot, Carolyn, nice shot.
Finishing strong now, 2 in a row for CDB.
Bad bowlers. Unbelievable. God, Carolyn.
That's all about a ball change. She made a ball change after, I believe, frame 7, and excuse me, after frame 6, she made a ball change, went shaker 7, and then 2 back-to-back strikes.
Oh! And Messenger grazed the 7 as well.
Yeah. She's fun to watch, though, isn't she? She's got beautiful form going to the foul line, just a great arm swing. I just love watching her throw it. Very athletic.
She takes care of this, and she will win match number 2 and move on to the championship match. Uh-oh. But okay. She's been uh-ohing us this entire match. But the first 4 or 5 frames, everything was uh-oh, oh no, don't like it. Bam, 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 strike, strike, strike.
I think she's doing it on purpose. Just to throw you and me.
She's messing with us, and I don't like it. No, we love Shannon P. The new GM at Capri Lanes.
That's right, cleaning house.
We're going to have to make a note next time you and I are in Dayton. I know where
We're
I'm
stopping
going.
by.
Absolutely. Another strike for Johnson. She is done in the 10th. She will move on to the elimination match with Stephanie Nation and Kelly Kulick. So Michelle Feldman